Well, hello, fly babies. It's me, Flylady Kat, and I'm here today to give you peace in your life, control in your home, and to learn how to finally love yourself. So today we're just going to have a chat with Kat. Nothing in particular that I'd like to talk to you about, but I'm ready to receive your questions and give you my best answers. My phone is a little reversed today here at my parents' house, so I am sorry about that. But I may be looking at awkward places. Patrick Family Life, hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Who else is on? Pam Jod, hello. Kylie Jones from Colorado, hello. The Osborns, hi. Who else? Who else is out there? Amber Leeming, good afternoon. Brenda Melson, hi. Hello. Polly Donnelly, hi. Pepper Dare, hello, hi. Bernadette Garcia, good morning. Good you're here. Style by Christina, hello. Hello. Jackie Longnecker, good evening. Glad you're just finishing your dinner and your cleanup. Me too. Herman Housewife, hi. Judy Spiegel, hello from Duck, North Carolina. Yes, you did, Christina. You caught me live. Carrie's last name is Filion. Carrie from Ohio. Payroll Fly Baby, welcome. I hope you've been watching every morning. Diane Height, hello. Shelley, hi. Christina just finished the dishes. Good girl, you're a dishes diva. Janet Little, hello. Carrie Wang, hi from Massachusetts. Janet Solorzano, hi. Bree Monahan, well, I have to thank you, Flylady Kat. I've never gotten this far into the school year without catching a cold. Finally caught a cold on October 15th. But the routines are in place and they're so supportive. Wonderful. WWDD from the San Francisco Bay Area, welcome. Danielle Arnold, hello. Oklahoma, Phyllis from London, hi. Sheen Bean 2, whoopsie, going fast today. You're giving me peace. Oh, that's so sweet. Hi, Kat from Eora Cats. Yvonne Macer, hello. Melissa Eric Ramsey, hi from Maine. Mary Warren, hi Mary. Amber Leeming, my darling son was helping me do my weekly home blessing and I was commenting how quick it seemed to be. He said, it's because the house isn't as dirty this week. I think we're making progress. Smart boy. The Osborns, Oklahoma here as well. Awesome. Carrie Wang, just finished my weekly home blessing hour after a long work day, keeping that Saturday as clear as possible. I love it, Carrie. I love your enthusiasm. That's wonderful. Nona Grace just ate and the supper dishes are done. Dishes Diva. Whoops. Dishes Diva. I love it. Tammy Moore, hi. Hi. Okay, it's been 3 minutes. We've gone longer than we ordinarily do, but what I want to talk to you about is what you want to talk about. So I'm going to wait for questions, and then we're going to answer those questions as best I can. I'll probably be able to answer maybe 4. I see Bernadette has said something to me. Oh, she likes listening. She's listening up for her homeschool inspection tomorrow, so it's here to my, what? Let me read it again. I love listening to you as I work, and I'm listening up for my homeschool inspection tomorrow, so here's to my fun. Here's to your fun. You'll do good. Christina, my sink has been clean and empty for 2 weeks now. High five. Good girl. Patrick Family Life, feeding the baby and watching. Okay, well, if there's no questions, maybe I'll just come up with some topics for you. How about, what should we talk about? Kids' afternoon routines, Sheen Bean. Okay, we'll talk about kids' afternoon routines. The holiday cruise has not started yet, but I do have to tell you that I started watching today with my mother. I'm at my parents' home right now. We started watching the Hallmark Channel, and they're already starting their Christmas movies, and it's so fun. I'm already in the mood for Christmas. It's crazy. It's not even Halloween yet. All right, let's see. I know we've got Christmas. We wanted to do kids' afternoon routines. Is desk day only 15 minutes? If so, how do we plan menu and all desk day things? No, it's not, and we'll talk about that too. Carrie Wang, I don't have an entryway, dining room, or guest room in our tiny house. Okay to substitute a basement? Absolutely. Everyone's house is different, so you can rearrange your zones to suit you as long as you cover the whole house. Okay? You don't have to do my routines or Flylady's routines. She made those routines up for her house. See? And so I don't have a formal dining room. It's my husband's office. So we have different things. Hey, Jackie, JDK, I mean. I hope I'm not frozen. Oh, no. Mary Warren said, it's cool how when you care about your home, like Weekly Home Blessing, everyone seems to pitch in as well because they like the house being clean and organized too. Yes, they do. All right. Homework. That's another one that I think Sheen Bean wants to talk about. Sophia Valdivia says, I'm a payroll flybaby and I'm doing good, but I think I can improve. How can I streamline my zone cleaning? Okay, we'll talk about that. I've got 3 topics now. Feels like winter in Buffalo. I had heard that, Yvonne Messer. Sorry, I hate to predict text. I'm setting up my homeschool room for my application inspection, and I'm listening to you as I work. I hate predictive text. I don't know what that means, but it sounds intriguing. You were when I first came on. Oh, I was frozen. Okay, but I'm not frozen now? No, really, I'm not. Okay. Staba Christina, I want to know how to get ready for the holidays. I want to be prepared early. We are going to do that, Christina. We're going to do cruising through the holidays very soon. Very soon. Talk about adjusting routines to crazy payroll flybabies work hours. Okay. I'll do that, JDK. How would I fit in Flylady with homeschooling? Good question. Hey, Kat. Happy Weekly Home Blessing Day. Hey, Patricia Fisher, Pat Fisher, Christina Foster. I'm always amazed how much I get done in the zone in 15 minutes. And Niquina says, 1, any advice for someone who's only home 34 hours every 7 days? I feel like I have to clean everything on a short-term time period. And Sherry Russell says, starting my Mary Kay business again, have always used housework as an excuse. Oh, girl, my daughter is a Mary Kay lady, and she's doing her housework. She's the dishes diva, too. Okay, I'm going to do one more thing, and then I'm going to try to recall what these things are. I'm going to talk about them. Kim Girl, that's Rachel, bought a candle for myself the other day and have done dishes every night and with it going to get hubby to help with kids so I could do the dishes and use rock, paper, scissors. I froze, had to get out and come back in. Oh, bye, Pam Jod. Loved your advice on what kids can do last week. Our 5-year-olds are getting busy. Awesome, Curly Kiki. Okay, we had 5 questions. The first one was kids' afternoon routines, and I think that included homework. So let me tell you something about children, especially elementary school children. You'll notice that people will say, oh my gosh, they're so well behaved or whatever, and you'll think, this is the same kid that I have, right? Because what happens with children is they're on their best behavior at school, and when they get home, they decompress. And so they're not necessarily on their best behavior, especially in the first half of the year. You'll notice that when you ask them questions about school, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to do their homework. They just want to lay around. So my suggestion is when your children come in, give them a treat and let them rest a little bit if that's their case. And then, you tell them how much rest time they're going to have, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, and then we're going to do our homework and we're going to limit it to 20 minutes or whatever, right? And then when the time comes, there's no lollygagging. We're going to get it done, just like the way I make you girls do your things. You have to be focused. You have to do it the first thing. You have to be focused, and that means that'll make you go fast if you're focused. You have to make it fun, however that is for your kids, and they have to finish. So that's my recommendation for their afternoon doing their homework. Now, as far as afternoon routines for children, the only thing I'm asking children to do for afternoon routines, if say they come home around the same time you do, would be to pick up their toys before bedtime, to go do that before bed routine. If your kids get home earlier, you have older children, maybe they get out of high school or middle school early, then you can assign them a zone and they can work in their zone a little bit before you get home. For payroll fly babies, I would suggest giving them a call and saying, hey, I'm on my way home. I know you can do that zone and I'm really excited to see what you've gotten done, right? That's what you're going to do. Okay. The second thing that we were talking about was payroll fly babies and how to do the work. I think there were a couple questions on that. So some payroll fly babies have a lot of energy, some don't. I never had a lot of energy in the afternoon. I'm a morning person, but I didn't have time. I didn't want to get up in the dark and do do routines. So what I would do is, I would do my routines, but I didn't want to get up in the dark and do zones. So what I would do is I would go to work, I do my morning routines, go to work, and this is what I talk about every day on those daily videos. I think we're calling, Larry's changed the name for me, daily, I don't know, Larry, put on here what we're calling it. I can't remember. But anyway, it's a daily, what we do every day. Awesome Guy and Jackie. So what I want you to do is go to work and do your work, and when you come back home, start the laundry, look through your paper. These are 2 routines, paper routines and laundry routines, and then go start dinner. And while dinner's cooking, you might be able to do 5 to 15 minutes while it's simmering in your zone, okay? Or part of your weekly home blessing hour. The idea is you want to keep Saturday as free as possible, and that's what I discuss every single day on those daily videos for you. Okay, so they come on at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every morning, and if you've set your notification, you've got a notification that the daily video is coming up, and that's going to help you, especially payroll, but it's for everybody. It's for everybody to remember what to do. Okay, all right. Then the other question was, oh, it was a good one too. Oh, I can't remember. Hang on, let me go back and look. It was a good one. Oh, it was somebody who worked. It was Niquina. She works 34 hours. She's only home 34 hours out of 7 days. And Niquina, what I'm going to suggest for you is, it's called collapsing time frames. And it's not necessarily from Flylady, it's just something I learned in my life due to situations like that. So what you'll do is, on your days off, you need to get your rest. That's imperative. You have to get your rest first. That's your number one thing, okay? Because you're working a lot of hours. But then once you're rested, then you can wake up and have a plan. My suggestion is to get a planner and put it in there what you're planning on doing that day, because you'll have a lot of things to do in a short period of time, and do those things in that short period of time as best you can. And you might not be able to work to do it all, and it's okay if you can't do it all. Just do as much as you can. It'll be more than you've been doing, right? Right. All right. There was one other question on there, and it's about 15 minutes. Does the zone take 15 minutes? And I said no, but let me tell you what I mean by that. I'm not going to even try to find it, and I'm sorry I can't remember who asked me the question. But when you do I know what it was. It was desk day. How can I get it done in 15 minutes? That's not a zone. See, zones take from 5 to 15 minutes. Our basic weekly plan, which includes laundry, it includes grocery shopping, includes desk and planning, includes the grocery shopping and errands. It includes our car and purse, and it includes, there's one other thing I can't think right now. Let me think. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, planning, a weekly home blessing hour. So weekly home blessing hour takes an hour, at least. At the most. If you really don't dawdle, it can take less. I can do mine in a half an hour. Buying groceries and running errands takes more than 15 minutes. Obviously, you've got to drive to the store, go into the store, buy the groceries, come back home, put them away, right? And all the other errands. So that doesn't take just a few minutes. The other thing is car and purse. That's probably not going to take very, very long. And then the last one was desk day. Yeah, you've got to go in the refrigerator, look and see what's in there, give it a wipe down, make your grocery list, balance your checkbook, all those things. So that's going to take longer. But these things, the basic weekly plan, these are things people do all the time anyway. Maybe you weren't cleaning your car and purse, but hopefully you were balancing your checkbook, or you, and I don't like to say should, but in this case I am going to say you should have been, or you're going to bounce something. So balancing your checkbook, making your grocery list, all that stuff. And so it doesn't take 15 minutes. It takes longer. If you're a payroll fly baby, you could do a lot of this on your breaks. That's what I used to do. I do it on my breaks. Okay. All right, so let me see, was there any other question? I don't know if there was anything else. Let me look. How to make an office in a bag. Sheen Bean, I've got a video on how to make a control journal, and that's what I do. I do a control journal for work. Office in a bag is just, honestly, it's nice to have an office in a bag, but the truth is our bills are paid online now. And I highly recommend that you pay your bills online so you can go and look at everything online. You might keep your checkbook in your purse that day so you can make sure that all the debits that you made out of your account are registered and you can account for them. It used to be that people had to print their bill, have their bills and bring their printed statement, and it was a lot of paper. Today we're more paperless, and that's what I would encourage. Okay, any more questions? Let's see. Guy and Jackie, my husband said sometimes it can be a schedule maintenance issue and not always urgent. Oops, sorry, wrong hand. And I just asked him. He's not an expert, but he knows just from our experience. Hope it turns out. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have a video on what a basic weekly plan is? Yes, it's called, Niquina, it's called How to Do the Flylady System for Newbies. It's on my homepage. It's 40 minutes long, and you'll need to take notes. So that's what you're going to watch. It tells you how to do everything I'm talking about. So when you listen to the daily video, it doesn't sound like Greek, okay? What about getting ready for the holidays? We're going to, I promise, we're going to. It's just not time yet. It's not time yet. Now, if you want to talk about Thanksgiving, we're not even 4 weeks out from that yet. So it's not time yet, but we will. Don't get nervous. Okay. Sorry, Kat. I was responding to Suburban Hillbilly. That's okay. All right, let's see. Did I miss any other questions? Homeschooling. Yeah, that's a great question. I have never homeschooled. My daughter has. One of my Flylady friends, her name is Tammy Fox, and she has a YouTube channel, and she's written a book called How to Give Your Children Wings Without Losing Yours. You can find it on Amazon. She's a homeschooling genius. Her kids range from, I think, already graduated to some that are still in elementary school. So she's awesome. You might enjoy watching her videos and even more, I think, reading her book. Okay. How do I wash a laminate floor? Well, Sheen Bean, there's loads of ways. And I'm not the person to tell you, like I'm not, yeah. I mean, I can tell you, but you can look it up on Google as well. I always like to use anything Mrs. Myers makes, and she's not, I'm not in any way affiliated with them. I just like the products. But you want to make sure your laminate floor can take the kind of cleaner you're going to put on it. So it's important. There's lots of home remedies and different things you can do to use to clean laminate flooring. Okay. Anything else? What is homeschooling? That's when you teach your children at home, Laura. That's what that is. Do you find some people who find it easier to declutter in the winter? No. I think it's always hard to declutter for everybody who has clutter. I don't think winter is any easier or any harder than any other season for people, in my experience. Niquina, I've been a silence watcher, so is routines, zones, etc. encompassing the basic? No. The basic weekly plan is those 4 things that I mentioned, plus a free day, your family fun day, and your I'm tired tonight, I apologize, and your renew your spirit day. That's the basic weekly plan. But do watch that video, Niquina, if you haven't, because it will make more sense. And take notes. Oh, Sheen Bean, she loves Mrs. Myers. Me too. Patrick Family Life, I find it got easier to get motivated to declutter in the spring. Yeah, and some people think January is better. It depends on the person. It doesn't really depend on the season, I don't think. Would you have the kids doing chores every day along with homework for 15 minutes? I would, but I don't have your children and you didn't have my children, so everybody's kids are different, and as a parent, you know what they can and can't take. You never want to overwhelm babies. They're just they're like we are, only times 10. We don't want to be overwhelmed either. So 15 minutes is a long time. 15 minutes is a long time for children. You might want to just give them one job, one thing to do, like put your shoes in the closet. That seems to work better than just saying clean in general for 15 minutes. Or even giving them a zone. If they're older, they can do a zone and follow a list. But when they're in elementary school, don't overwhelm them, because you don't want them to buck and not want to do this ever, right? Let's see. Husband is out of the country for work. Sorry, suburban. Hi, Flylady Kat. Appreciate your videos. Thanks. Love from Toronto. Keeping the video coming. Also, if you can show us your control journal, would be awesome. HSH, I don't use a control journal. I have one, and you can see it, but I think it would be pointless because I don't use it, because most things nowadays are online. So all my telephone numbers that I used to keep in my control journal are in my phone. I don't have children, so I don't need to have the doctor's numbers for them, but I have doctor's numbers for my mother and dad in my phone. So a lot of that stuff is in there, and the rest of my control journal now exists in a daily planner. And in the back, if I were inexperienced, I would write down like the basic weekly plan and what that included. Like the notes that I took from that 40-minute video would go in the back on the notes page. Doom guy. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, ginger. This is an excellent cleaner. I use it too. Awesome. All right, let's see. I have a very cluttered house. How long reasonably should I work in a day? 15 minutes is just not enough. Rachel, that's US Kim girl. You're not going to just be working for 15 minutes, honey. You're going to be getting up and doing all your routines. Those take longer than 15 minutes. You're going to be doing your morning routine, which I think takes about 25 or 30 minutes. You're going to be, if you have kids, they have routines as well. You're going to be doing your after dinner routine. You're going to be doing your before bed routine. You're going to be doing your laundry. You're going to be doing your paper clutter. The paper clutter is an inch, and it shouldn't take but about 5 minutes. You're also going to be doing your basic weekly plan, whatever it is for that day, which could take up to an hour, and you're going to be decluttering for 15 minutes. Okay? So if your phone dies, if my phone dies, I plug it back in, Judy. I just plug it back in. Shelley, I struggle with motivation, get fatigued easily, and am overwhelmed by the clutter. Absolutely, you're overwhelmed by clutter. Clutter is the most difficult part of this, decluttering, because it's emotional, and there's so much of it, and clutter is depressing, and depression causes more clutter, so it's like a catch-22. So what you do is start with your routines. Trust me when I tell you that this is going to work. By working for 15 minutes a day on your clutter, 4 days a week, you're going to be working for an hour a week. How much time do you spend right now? Before you started doing Flylady, how much time were you spending decluttering in a positive way that wouldn't reclutter by finishing your processes and making sure you don't reclutter? You know, think about that. And so people want it to be instant, and it never ends. People always want it to be instant and think that it won't work, but it does work. And if you do this for 3 months, you're going to see a humongous difference. So by Christmas, I want you to take pictures before, and I want you to take pictures at Christmas time at how your house looks. And if you're doing what I ask you to do every day, you're going to see a fabulous difference, and it's not going to strain you, and it's not going to cramp you, and it's not going to cause you to have an emotional breakdown, right? So here's what happens, because I also am a fly baby, just like you guys. You know, I came up as a fly baby. So I know that if you have so much stuff and you work really, really hard, because you say 15 minutes, that just barely got me started, and then you work for like 3 hours, then guess what you won't do for the next 3 weeks? You won't do any decluttering, because you'll be exhausted, and you're like, I don't want to do it. But 15 minutes a day is why that's a magic number. And not just Flylady. Go watch lots of different decluttering videos. Go watch Clutterbug. Go watch different people, and they're going to talk about 15 minutes. It's like the magic number, so do that. Yep, Crystal, seeing a difference? Okay, if my phone is wrecked, then I take it to the phone shop, and I get them to recover everything and put it on another phone. You know, we can say if all day long, but the fact is, how often does that really happen? You could also lose your your control journal could burn up in a fire. It could get wet in a flood. I mean, things can happen no matter what you do. So nothing is perfect, but this is what I do. I don't keep a control journal anymore. But I'm not saying you don't have to. You can certainly do that. Control journals are all described, and there's all the different ones on flylady.net if that's something you want to do. Okay. All right. This is it. It's been 24 minutes. And I'm going to go, but if I didn't answer your questions, please put them in the comments and I will give you an answer, okay? You might not like it, but I'll give you an answer. All right, and so there was something else I was going to tell you, but I can't think now. Anyway, have a fabulous day. I am so proud to be your Fly Lady online, and I hope that you do these things every day and find comfort in these things. And I want you to always remember that you are beautiful. Bye-bye.